Sixer Nation, you already know who this is. It's DFJ Hoops here, back again with another live. Hey man, we got to talk about this game. Sixers Clippers. We got to talk about it, man. The Sixers get destroyed. The Sixers get destroyed on the road against the LA Clippers. In PG's return to LA for the first time. So let's talk about this. But yeah, shout out to y'all in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please make sure you hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Salute to Michael. Salute to Thomas Talented. He finally showed up. Salute to J Cool in the building, bro. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. But before I even get into this game, I have some bad news. So Tyrese Maxey has been ruled out for a few weeks moving forward because he had a hamstring injury in the game against the Clippers. So like Thomas said, I mean, you don't want to nobody wishes injuries on nobody, but all I could say is I hope he gets healed soon. Hopefully he comes back early because the Sixers, they definitely need the services of Tyrese Maxey. So yeah, I had to get that out get that out the way. But yeah, let's talk about this game. So this game, especially in the first half, this was a close game, right? It was a back and forth game. I think it was about 14 lead changes in this game, especially in that first half, right? The Sixers started off a little bit slower offensively because they had back-to-back turnovers where Kelly Oubre, I think, stepped on the sideline. Paul George turned it over as well. So they started off slow, and the Clippers, on the other hand, shout out to Norman Powell. Norman Powell did a hell of a job for the Clippers, making it very, very easier for the other guys offensively and defensively. I think he went like 8 for 10 from the field, so he was super efficient from the field, also creating opportunities for the other guys like the Ivica Zubats and Derrick Jones Jr. and just to name a few. Now James Harden also was creating opportunities. Now he started off a little bit slower. I think he was like 2 for 10 and he was 0 for 6 from the 3-point line before he started getting cooking in that third frame. But we're gonna get to that. But the Sixers, they came out and Paul George made back-to-back threes to start it off, right? I think the initial play was Caleb Martin. He was foul shooting the three by Terrence Mann, and he got to the free throw line. He made his first two, missed the last one because it's 3 free throws. He missed the last one, and Paul George somehow got the loose ball, and he stepped back, and it was a wide open three, and he was able to make it. Now, a wide open three is any shot where the defender and the shooter are at least between 4 to 6 feet apart. I mean, that's how the NBA defines an open shot. So Paul George was able to make it. Derrick Jones Jr. was not there in time to close out and contest the shot or bother the shot. But Paul George was super efficient as well. I mean, as his jump shots was falling, that gave the Sixers some kind of a boost offensively. I think Paul George only missed one jump shot in this game, and that was in the third, where shot clock winding down, he had to put it up, and he ended up missing so badly off Ivica Zubats and Norman Powell contesting that shot. So he ended up missing that badly. But otherwise, he scored the basketball pretty efficiently. The Sixers, once Paul George started knocking down shots, the Sixers starting to get more comfortable in that first, and that's where Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin, and all these other guys, that's how they were also starting to make shots as well. Shout out to TuneIn Sports in the building. Appreciate you. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all funny in the comment section, man. J Cool, Thomas. I see y'all, but yeah. But yeah, with the Clippers, like I said, Norman Powell making life a lot easier for his guys, making his shots, getting to the basket, drawing fouls, creating opportunities. And Zubats was also taking advantages of mismatches down low. Because Andre Drummond is not, he's not that good of a defender, and Zubats is, he's pretty strong, pretty skilled for somebody like Andre Drummond. So it was just easier. Now Zubats should have had 20 plus in this game, and this is why, Thomas, I told you he's not going to average 20. Right, this is why he's not going to average 20, because he should have had 20 points, 20 plus points, 15 rebounds, and an assist or two. But he's not consistent. He's not that dude, so he's never going to average 20. And that's why we got the bet, with or without Kawhi Leonard, Zubats is not averaging 20. And I'm standing on that. Pause. But Norman Powell, shout out to him. And I see some Clipper fans saying that Paul George and Tyrese Maxey cannot even beat a 36-year-old James Harden. And, not giving Norman Powell any credit whatsoever, because I would say he was a player for the game for the Clippers, right? Player of the game overall. With the amount of offense he was generating, the amount of shot making he was doing, making plays for the other guys, getting to the free throw line. He did everything. And the Sixers, they had no answer for him whatsoever. Now, the Sixers had James Harden in check. Like I said, he started off the game 2 for 10 in this game, but in that third, that's where he started to get cooking. But the other guys were also doing their job. Shout out to Derrick Jones Jr. I respect the hell out of Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones is from out here, so he's from Chester, PA. Not far from where I'm at right now. So I always, I salute him. I know his journey to the NBA, so I respect guys like that who didn't have, such a pretty, journey to the NBA, but is able to be in the NBA for this long. So, shout out to him. He made a couple threes, had a couple lobs. James Harden found him on a lot. He caught the Sixers on a lot of backdoor cuts, and that he really he's pretty athletic. So, on cuts like that, James Harden is definitely going to find you. And, he definitely made the most out of opportunities like that. Shout out to guys that came off the bench as well. Shout out to Nico. I'm always high on Nico. Kai Jones was also able to get an offensive rebound and a putback. And shout out to I'm forgetting this guy, but Amir Coffey. Right, Amir Coffey came in and he was also doing a lot of damage. From that 3-point line defensively. And also Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann started off guarding a Tyrese Maxey. And Maxey wasn't aggressive in that first frame, right? He wasn't aggressive from the start. It was later on when Paul George went to the bench. That's when he started being aggressive. Paul George, I think Paul George, he made his first four shots in this game. He went 4 for 4 before he missed a shot in that third quarter, and that was that tip dunk that he missed off that Andre Drummond. I don't know what Andre Drummond was trying to do right there, but that was he was trying to go up and under, but it looked so terrible. But that's when Paul George missed his shot. But this game in the first half, it was close. They were going back and forth, making shots, getting stops, and I have an issue with some of these Sixer players, right? I have an issue with Andre Drummond, Caleb Martin, and Kelly Oubre. I got an issue with that. And Nick Nurse has to get some blame in this game because the Sixers had it under control, right? They had it under control. The game was tied in the half. I think it was tied at 51 or 52 before in the second half or in the third quarter when Paul George went out. That's when it went terrible for them. But Caleb Martin, I don't know what's going on with Caleb Martin. He missed a lot of free throws in this game, right? He missed a lot of free throws, and his jump shot looked a little bit awkward because he had a little bit of a twitch in his shot. Now, after he took one of those free throws, he was shaking that wrist, right? He was shaking his hand, shaking that wrist, and that thumb area, which I even forgot about. But when he was in Miami back in February, he went out with a thumb injury, and according to reports, he didn't get surgery on it. So that's what's making me question: is that thumb bothering? Hey, pause. 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 But I don't know if that thumb is bothering him or that wrist, that hand area. I don't know if he's having an injury right there because his jump shot looks a little bit awkward, and him shaking the hand that should tell. I think that should prove that he's dealing with some sort of injury. The whole Sixer team is injured. Everybody's dealing with injuries. I don't know why, but that's what's making me question if he has an injury right there because he missed a lot of free throws. He missed a lot of threes that usually he should be making. Right, usually he should be making some of these threes because those threes were wide open, and he's definitely capable of making wide open shots. But I hope it's not what I'm thinking. I hope he's not dealing with any injuries. I hope it was just maybe it was just a bad game for him. But Kelly Oubre on the other hand, he was solid. He was solid defensively in the first. He was solid defensively, and he was solid also offensively. But he, on the other hand, he was missing some easy shots. Not easy shots, but some threes that he should be making. And some plays where, I did mention this in the last stream that, sometimes he has to make the right play or make the right reads, but he's just not making them. And I don't know why that is. But Kelly Oubre, you know, he finished this game off with he was pretty efficient from the field, right? 8 for 12. But if you actually watch the game, he didn't really have a good he didn't really have a good what you call it. He didn't have a good game. Now, efficiently, yeah, he did score the basket efficiently, but overall it was not a good game. But the Clippers, they start inside the arc, 6 for 6. Most of those shots go into Zubats because the Sixers have literally no rim protection down low before he started to miss a few of his shots. But I mean, like I said, Maxey started getting aggressive when PG went to the bench. And one thing that really hurt the Sixers and stalled the offense a little bit was they were turning the ball over a lot. Right, they turned the ball over a lot, and it made the job of the Clippers very, very much easier because when you turn the ball over, you're giving them, just giving up possessions like that, and they were capitalizing on it. I mean, I think by the half, the Clippers had about 10 points off of the turnovers, and the Sixers only had 2 points off their turnovers. So, we definitely made life difficult on ourselves. Not passing the rock that well. I mean, Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon is just turning the ball over left and right. Paul George also turned the ball over too. In that first, but in that second, in the second quarter, like I said, the Sixers continued, with bad passes, continue with turnovers. Um, Eric Gordon, bad pass on literally the first possession, right? Eric Gordon, bad pass, unforced turnovers, and it allowed the Clippers to go on a 10-2 run before Maxey started to get in the heater. And he started getting cooking where he was getting those switches on James Harden, and it was just lunch meat for him. Right, he was just going at James Harden, step back, get into the basket, making threes, and just finding shots for the other guys. Right, in that second quarter, but excuse me, he was able to stop that run for the clip. I mean, the run that the Clippers were going on, and the Sixers started scoring as well, and that's where, I mean, everybody was getting hot in that second where Andre Drummond even made he made a 3-pointer, which, I mean, when he got that wide open shot, I was like, no, don't take it. But he ended up taking that shot and he made it. It was controversial because they were saying that his foot was on the line, and then they changed it to a 2, and then they changed it to a 3, and the whole back and forth thing. It was just funny. And the stat came out that the last time he made a 3-pointer was back in 2020. So that shows you how long that's been. But in that second, I mean, Paul George ended up, going on flawless in terms of his scoring from the field. Derrick Jones did a solid job on him. It was good defense, but just better offense and better shot making from Paul George. I mean, Paul George was um he was getting to the basket, making jump shots. He made a bunch of jump shots in this game. A lot of long range twos, and I think that was the coverage from the Clippers, forced them into tough contested 2-pointers, right? We'd rather give up a 2 than to give up a 3-pointer. And they were living with it, but the Sixers were making those shots. Maxey was killing them in the mid range in the second frame. And the game was tied, right? The game was tied heading into the third. I think it was tied at 52 or 51 when after the second quarter. The real question is, why didn't you cover the game? Why didn't you cover the game, DFJ? Phoenix was out for blood and KD was on fire. I did cover that game. You probably missed it. You talking about the Phoenix game? I did. I definitely covered it. I recapped that game. You probably missed it. Um, PG only shot PG only shot one shot on Derrick Jones. That's a lie. Derrick Jones contested him on 6 jump shots. Thomas, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Thomas? Come on, man. We're not doing that. Um, Tuna Sports says Kelly Oubre solid. Yeah, Tuna Sports. I know your Cavs. They doing good. So you talking your talk. I get it. I get it. I get it. In the first Nah, Thomas, that's not true. Because in the first half, in that first quarter, PG was 2 for 2 and no shots. Derrick Jones was contesting those shots. That long 3-pointer that he made, Derrick Jones was on him, and that offensive rebound that he got off of that off of that Caleb Martin miss on the free throw, Derrick Jones contested him on that shot. So it's not one shot. He took. Now I'm not saying he shot a lot. Now I said 6 shots. That's a little bit exaggerated. That's a little bit exaggerated right there. But he definitely took multiple shots where Derrick Jones was contesting him. It was not one shot because I remember 2 of them in that first frame itself. So, but the Sixers get into the third frame, and that's where everything goes wrong for them, right? Everything went worse for the Sixers in that third frame, and a lot of give the Clippers a lot of credit for their defense. And it was in the third where they came out, and the Clippers start off on a 9-2 run to start that quarter off, where most of those points, Norman Powell was creating most of those opportunities, and then later on, James Harden joined into the show, and he was getting those switches on Tyrese Maxey, and Maxey was just lunching me for him, right? Maxey's too little, too small for him. He put him in the post a couple of times. He drove past Caleb Martin. I'm talking about James Harden. He drove past Caleb Martin a couple of times, to finish with, those running floaters that he's capable of, he's capable of shooting, capable of making. And he got to the free throw line a couple of times. I think Tyrese Maxey even fouled him on a 3-pointer. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey fouled him on the 3-pointer, and it was at that point it was just bad for Tyrese. I mean, this was a bad defensive game for Tyrese Maxey, right? He couldn't get, he was getting lost on defense, getting switched onto the bigger players. I mean, Derrick Jones had that mismatch a few times. Terrence Mann had that mismatch a few times, and then James Harden was feasting on that mismatch in that third frame. And I mean, Harden was just superb in that third quarter. I think in that third quarter he finished with like what 11 points in that third. I could be wrong, but I think he had like 11. Yeah, he had 12 points in that third in that third quarter. Most of them came on Tyrese Maxey, right? Apart from that jump shot that I just watched the game 2 times. Thomas, I'm telling you, in that first half, Derrick Jones contested him like more than once. He contested him more than once. I can pull the clip. I can pull a clip right here. I can pull up the clip, but I just don't want to because what you call it, copyright and stuff. But Derrick Jones contested him more than once in the first half. Now I did say 6. That I was just exaggerating, but I know for a fact he contested him more than once, and 2 of them were in the first. That first 3-pointer, Derrick Jones did contest him. So, but where was I at? Yeah, so James Harden, he got into a microwave, and he was just he just lit the Sixers up. And then Terrence Mann was also getting cooking. Like I said, on those same mismatches on Tyrese Maxey, and he just went to work. Derrick Jones had an open 3-pointer, and he had that caught the Sixers on a few backdoor cuts, and he's super athletic, and he was able to finish. And it was just a terrible quarter for the Sixers, right? Especially once Paul George got off the floor, because it was close. It was like 68 to 64, and that's where the Clippers, they went on that 16-2 run, and the Sixers only had like 1 field goal in about 4.5 minutes. And the Clippers definitely closed that quarter out very, very strong. And a lot of credit goes to James Harden and James Harden and Norman Powell. And I don't know why Norman Powell is not getting his props, but I mean, he definitely contributed to the Clippers going on that huge run, especially in that third frame. And the Sixers lost the game in the third quarter, and that's where it was just it was just bad for them, right? But the game was lost, like I said, in the third frame, and by the fourth quarter, it was just over for them, right? There was nothing they could have did to get them in this game. I remember Paul George started off that fourth with 2 straight points. I mean, not 2 straight points, but 2 straight field goals, right? On that in that short corner in the far hand side corner in that short. Um, he posted up what you call it. He posted up Chris Dunn, and tough turnaround fadeaway shot able to make that shot. And then the next possession he was able to make that shot again over him, and I was like, "Whoa, that's very very tough of him to make that shot." But even though that's stalled offense because that's the type of shots that the Clippers want you to take, right? They want you to take those long range, low percentage shots because that's the type of shots that they would live with. And Paul George was able to make those shots, but then he had two turnovers, like two back to back turnovers, and almost had three, but the third one, the Sixers were able to get it back. The Sixers were able to get that. They were able to recover that loose ball, and it was just over for them. And Nick Nurse, being very playing those, playing that 3 guard lineup, and it's just, I mean, I don't know why Nick Nurse is that stubborn, right? I don't know why he's that stubborn. Playing those young guys, playing those old Kyle Lowry and all those other guys. I don't know why he likes playing those guys, but Nick Nurse is gonna have to start trusting some of these young guys because Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry were terrible, right? These guys were terrible. Um, they were terrible in this game. I think they both combined for 30 plus minutes, and they only made like one field goal or some crazy like that. So I think Nick Nurse is gonna have to give the other guys some give the other guys some playing time. The Jared McCains, the Ricky Councils. You're gonna have to trust them. I mean, at this point, I don't think he has any other choice but to trust those guys because Tyrese Maxey's gonna miss. Like the report says, he's gonna miss a few games. I mean, a few weeks in this in what you call it. He's gonna miss a few weeks. These few upcoming weeks. So the guard play is not going to be as great. So he'll have no other choice but to play those other guys. So, but I mean, give the Clippers, give them credit. They ramped up the defense in the third, and they were scoring. Right, they got into a cooker. James Harden, Norman Powell, all those guys were. It was just, yeah. They just took it from the Sixers, even though the Sixers had it in control. But I think Nick Nurse, you definitely have to give him some blame. You definitely got to blame him some. He has to get some of the blame, and that's what I was trying to do, Thomas. You're allowed to blame Ty Lue, so I should also be allowed to blame my head coach when he does wrong. I got to have that same liberty to blame my head coach when he does wrong. uh Shout out to the sporting page in the building. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. He says SGA leads the NBA in drives to the basket with 160. Oh, total drives 169. Brunson is second with 150. Trey and Luka round out of the top four. Yeah, I mean SGA generates a lot of rim pressure. Him, Brunson, like these guys. So I'm not even gonna be surprised if they do. Right, I'm not gonna be shocked if they do. But yeah, this it was a terrible game. Especially the second half. It was just terrible for the Sixers, and Nick Nurse has to get some of the blame, right? Because his rotations didn't make sense. There was time. I mean, in the second quarter, there was a time where what you call it, KJ Martin was in, and he was giving them a lot of good minutes, right? He was playing solid, getting rebounds, running the floor, catching the Clippers defense off guard, and getting the lob, and he was playing solid. And I don't know why they went away from him in that third quarter. I don't know why. I don't know what the decision was to not play him because you're playing Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry, and they're not even giving you anything, right? They're not giving you anything. They're turning the ball over. Eric Gordon had about four turnovers alone, right? He had like four turnovers um alone, and he's not even giving you anything offensively. Now, this was quite different from the Phoenix Suns game because that the game against the Suns, they contributed huge coming off the bench, right? They all had double digit figures. They were shooting the three very very well, and I don't know what happened against I don't know what happened against the Clippers. So you definitely got to give the Clippers, you got to give the defense a lot of credit. I mean, a lot of gambling, right? A lot of gambling sometimes. Which I mean, if you're able to if you're able to get the steal, yeah, you're a hero. But when you end up gambling and you don't get that steal, it's just gonna be terrible for you on the other side, right? But they play some good on ball defense as well. I mean, a few gambling from Kevin Porter Jr., Chris Dunn, all these other guys. But yeah. Shout out to Brian Pumper in the building, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Says Andre, these niggas don't practice. Kyle Lowry's washed as hell. I mean, at this point, yeah, Kyle. I mean, he's 38 years old, so I don't know. I don't see why Nick Nurse is playing him all that minutes, because I mean those minutes could definitely go to what you call it, Jerry McCain, and I believe he could be at least a little bit productive if he's playing all these minutes, but um playing Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon all these minutes in, 1 for 3 in about 30 minutes, that's terrible, right? That is definitely terrible. Shout out to the realist in the building. Yeah, Clip Gang. Yeah. Y'all got the victory. Y'all got the victory. Y'all demolished the Sixers in the third. That was terrible. We didn't expect Caleb Martin to forget how to shoot. But Brian, I think he's dealing with a hand injury. Right? I think he's dealing with a hand injury, because I don't know if you were watching if you were listening to the Clipper broadcasters, but he shot a free throw and he was shaking that hand. So I don't know if that wrist or that thumb injury is bothering him that much, but there's also a twitch in his jump shot. So I don't know if he's dealing with a nerve injury, but that'd be the most Sixer thing ever. That'd be the most Sixer thing ever. Reggie Jackson equal to PG, but man, Thomas, come on, bro. These heat culture dudes are. Well, that is true. That's definitely true. I mean, most of those guys, once they leave the Miami Heat, it seems like they forget how to play basketball. I mean, Gabe Vincent, Max Drews, and all those other guys. Yeah, might be a few of them that I'm forgetting, but yeah, I just dropped the link. It was a good game from the Clippers. They defended home court like they were supposed to. That's their second victory in a row. They beat the San Antonio Spurs on Monday, and then they took this victory from the Sixers, and they ruined PG's homecoming. So shout out to the Clippers. What's good, Thomas? What's happening?
Hey, I was trying to be nice, man. These boys in the chat just being ruthless at you, man. I was trying to take it easy on you. These Brian Pumpers, the I don't even know how to
Brian
say that
Pumper,
one.
he funny
I
as
don't know how
hell.
to say that. I don't know how to say that one dude name. Got all them weird ass letters and shit, like he was YFN and some shit or something. I don't know. But nah, I didn't. Man, listen, I don't wish injury on nobody, man. That
Right.
shit sucked, man. It be over there trying to act like motherfucking Hulk Hogan and play WWF for reporters and shit. Now it just now got bad health. And PG was hurt. Now Maxie hurt. Like you know what I done been through with Kawhi. I don't wish that shit on nobody, man. Fuck, I ain't hear Jones about because when your team cripple, man, and the bitch ass haters want to run their dick sucker like your team ain't fucking hurt and shit. Fuck all that shit. I ain't gonna be like them. So I gonna take it easy on you, but I do want some free money though. Can we pull up the video where PG hit the three on the way to show how wide open he was after the free throw line and how Norman Powell was late getting there?
Yeah, I did say it was a wide open shot.
Yeah, that was Powell though. Can we bet? Can I get some free money out of it?
That was Powell. You sure? I mean, I can't play the video here because I'm gonna get copyrighted.
No, you can play. You just gotta pause it. Any like all jokes aside, like going forward, if you want to do different games or whatever, you can play the game, but you gotta pause all of it. It's the same in the NFL. You can't play a full play without pausing or like rewinding or something. Like you gotta drag it out. You see what I'm saying? So you can play it, but just don't play it. Just don't play it free. You can't go free and they hear the announcers and all that shit, right? You gotta finesse it. Because there's people that do game film. Yeah, like the dude who sound like me on the tape, screaming and yelling half the time when he mad at defense. awful coaching.
Yeah.
That's what he does. But if you notice, he rewinds it. He like pauses it, rewinds it. So you can do it if you want to. If you want to make your channel a little more, have more content or
Interactive.
whatever. Yeah, you can do it. Just don't play the whole thing. Pause it. Make your point, rewind it, show it. Like just take your time. Don't play the shit. You can do that. You can do that. Because a lot of people do that. How the hell you think they do it? They ain't got no damn rights from the teams. You know what I mean? Don't nobody know who that guy is in the NBA. He just does it for content. So you can do it. You can do it. But yeah, that was a fun game to watch. I'm still watching the last part of the third quarter. Like I watch and rewind it because I be getting up so early I can't stay up with the games. So I watch them next day, rewind it. So it was competitive the first half for sure. Both teams looking sloppy as hell with these damn turnovers and shit. I don't know how in the hell Harden had a plus minus that was so damn plus. This dude did have 3 steals, a block. He got his hands on like 5 or 6 different balls. He had like 6 turnovers, but I guess he made up for it with the steals and blocks and the hustle, all over the courts. Because with 6 turnovers, normally you got a negative plus minus. So I don't know how he did that. Because like Westbrook, he had like 29 points, 5 and 5 or some shit last night for Denver. But that motherfucker had like the worst plus minus on the court. So you can get the stats and still play good basketball. You can still get the turnover to play good basketball. But nah, it's I figured if I was the first one to jump in the panel, you think I was gonna talk shit. So I want to calm down. I want to come let you know, man. I hate that. All jokes aside, man. But the good news though, Andre, like all your boys are hurt early, and ain't none of this shit season enders. They coming back. Y'all just gotta try to hover around that 500 mark.
Yeah, they 1-6. They 1-6.
They still missing 2 players, but yeah, the Knicks is still losing games. They missing a couple players, but the good news is these other teams are losing. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I say with the Clippers. The Clippers just got to stay 500. When Kawhi comes back, we all know he's gonna win 70% of the games he plays. He's done that his whole career. This ain't a small sample size. This is, yeah, I mean, you can. But up until Westbrook signed with the Clippers, Kawhi was leading the damn NBA history in winning percentage. But all jokes aside, you just stay 500, man. You get PG back, or you got him back now. You get Maxey back. You get Embiid back. But what y'all do lack, though, is I don't know why in the fuck y'all went out and signed Lowry, Reggie Jackson, and Gordon. They all play the same. They all old as dirt, and they all slow now. When you needed a damn power forward, that didn't make no sense to me.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree.
But maybe y'all can make a move or something. Cause damn, man, you without Maxey, you without Embiid for what, three more games?
Yeah, not two.
Hey, what about TuneIn Sports though? What'd you say? You said he front running?
Yeah, he front running. Yeah, because his team, they the first seed, undefeated. So he talking his talk, but it's all good though.
Yeah. They ain't beating the 76ers in the playoff, or the Knicks, or Boston.
Damn.
He know that.
Hey, Tune, you heard that?
he know that. But somebody caught Boston last night, didn't it?
Yeah, Golden State.
Oh yeah, Golden State caught Boston. Yeah. I think Golden State got another tough game coming up. They got like Phoenix or Denver, or who they got next?
I'm gonna have to look it up, but they'll probably have to take on the Knicks or one of these teams in the Atlantic Division.
A motherfucking rookie hung 33 last night, Andre.
Well,
I ain't get big on him though. I don't know how to say that motherfucking name. Richard Shea or some shit.
Oh, Richard Shea. Oh, for the Hawks. Yeah.
He went the fuck off last night. Hey, we might have made the right draft pick. He got some damn skill, but I ain't get too happy, man. It's early in the season, man. Like Sixers banged up. The Knicks ain't gelling. Like, there's a lot of teams that, Denver wasn't playing good for a minute. Like, it's early, man. You know what I mean? It's early. You know how the Cavs are. The Cavs they're gonna go ahead and get the number 1 seed, then they're gonna lose to a fucking 6 or 7 seed. Like, it's early, man. It's early. I ain't paying no attention to this shit. I mean, Dallas is like 5-3. Them, I think they play a tough game. The next game they play, they might be 5-4. The Clippers could be 4-5 or 5-4, and the Clippers still missing Mo Bamba, Kawhi, PJ Tucker trade coming sooner or later. It seems like it's gonna be later than sooner, but it's coming. It's early in the season, man. 7-6 will be all right.
Yeah, but I think you definitely need your guys out there because this is a new team, so they got to get used to playing with each other. And I think the same thing goes with the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard. So, but I mean, I think Kawhi, it's different because Kawhi's game, it can fit with any person. I mean, any player on the floor because his game is not that complicated, so it can fit with anybody. But you definitely need some repetition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when Kawhi comes back, he's gonna build minutes restrictions.
Right.
It's the same shit I told Clipper Nation. Like, man, I mean, like the 76ers, y'all added all new players, right? The Clippers added all new players. They added a new defensive assistant. This shit takes time, man. It's early in the season. It's early in the season.
Right. I agree.
PG was out. You just now got PG back. Like it's all it's all good. You just want to get the playoffs to get healthy. Like, how many times you done seen it? The Lakers made a deep Western Conference run as what, the 7th or 8th seed?
7th seed.
7th seed. Then the Miami Heat was basically damn near out to play in. Fucked around and went to the finals.
Right.
I mean, how many times Kawhi out? The Clippers are a lower seed, and if he's healthy, everybody knows they push in the finals. Probably don't won championships with a 4, 5, 6 seed. It's you just want to get in that bitch. That's all.
Hey, Thomas, let me ask you this question. How do you think Paul George performed last night?
I thought he played good. In the first half. I mean, he got some shots up. It's the second game back, man. Like, let's talk shit, but let's be serious too. It's the second game back, man. Like, give the man time to to do some shit. Like, I get on your head and talk shit. I'll make a bet with you if you say the wrong matchups or something. But come on, man. It's the second game back, man. Like, you got to give the man at least some time to get in the groove. I mean, he had 18 points. He played 24 minutes.
Yeah.
Most all his points, all but one. I know he hit that shit in Derrick Jones' eye. That was his second 3-pointer. The first one was off the free throw. But he took advantage when he didn't have DJJ on him, or Terrence Mann on him. He took advantage. He did draw a foul versus Terrence Mann, but the same possession. Terrence Mann made him give the ball up. So, like, 18 points in 24 minutes. I mean, he played okay. I felt like the 76ers defense might need some uplift.
Yeah, it was garbage last night. Yeah.
Yeah, the defense is definitely didn't look good to me.
Right.
But like I said, they gelling, man. Oubre ain't played with PG. Homie from Miami ain't played with PG. Drummond ain't played with PG. Lowry ain't played with PG. Reggie ain't played with PG in 3-4 years.
Yep.
Like, Embiid ain't on the fucking court. It takes time, man. It takes time. But y'all don't need to go like no 1-15 and no shit now. don't do that.
Yeah.
You do that, you gonna fucking let the Hawks slip in.
Real shit. But one more question. How do you feel about Ty Lue's coaching in this game and the defensive rotations that the Clippers had?
He did better this game, and Chris Dunn is gonna be a huge steal, and here's why. Okay, let's reference OKC.
Stop this Chris Dunn shit, Thomas.
Nah, for real. He was guarding fucking PG and Buddy last night, and they didn't. The only shots made on Terrence Mann or Dunk so far. Like I said, I got to finish watching late in the game, but so far what I watched, the only shots made was the Derrick Jones Jr. 3 that PG hit, and then I think it was Maxey got a drive by on DJJ. That was the only 2 shots that I've seen so far that was hit on Chris Dunn, T-Man, or Derrick Jones Jr. But here's the key. See, when T-Man will come out the game, or Kawhi come out the game, who is you bringing off the bench to guard somebody? Norman Powell, Westbrook,
Coffee.
Even Coffee plays. He plays good and solid defense, but even Coffee gets attacked. The other night when Booker heated up, T-Man went out the game. Booker scored 8 straight points on Coffee's head, and KD had a running blue by for a layup. They really scored 10 straight points on Coffee. Coffee's decent. He's solid. He got some good offense, you know, but his defense is not what fucking Chris Dunn or even fucking Batum. Batum's a better defender. Chris Dunn's a better defender. T-Man's a better defender, and DJJ's a better defender. Like Coffee's okay, but he's not them. This levels to defense. You know what I mean? Like Caleb Martin's a good defender, but he ain't better defender than Paul George. There's levels to the shit, and that's what the Clippers. These damn GPS is going off. That's what the Clippers done that they needed to do. And I like to say, OKC, you know, OKC ain't got Cruz so far. Lou Dort loves to get in foul trouble. When he comes off the court, they lose defense. But now they bring in Caruso for Lou Dort. The defense, it don't miss a beat. So I mean, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but I mean, you give Chris Dunn too much credit. That's my whole thing. Give him too much credit. Now he's a solid on-ball defender. I'm gonna give him that, but Chris Dunn.
Which one are you talking about? Oh, no, Chris. To be honest with you, Chris Dunn has been our best defender this year. He has. Now he don't play as much as the other guys, but he still plays fucking 20-something minutes. He's been our best defender this season. That's just facts. And he gets his hands all over everything. Anytime he's around the ball, he's touching the ball. That's just what it is. Now, I've seen Terrence Mann do it longer because I haven't watched much of Chris Dunn's career, right? But the man is serving the purpose we need. When T-Man comes out, he goes in, he's going to pick up. Because here's one of the things Ty Lue does I don't like. He loves to take out T-Man or Kawhi or DJJ when the fucking other team still got the star on the court. He did it against Phoenix. Booker came on the court and Terrence Mann went out. That's why he started going off for fucking Coffee. That's how he fucking got hot. It only takes a good score, a couple baskets, Andre, to get hot, and then they could cook damn near anybody. But if you don't never let the stomachs get hot, he don't cook like that. So that's what the Clippers been missing. With T-Man and Kawhi leaves, you need defenders coming off. Now you got Batum and Dunn to take the best defenders. Now Coffee can take, the best scorers that's on the court. Now Coffee can take the third best scorer that's on the court. So now Coffee's defense is going to look better because Batum and Dunn's going to handle the brunt of the work. That's why I said the Clippers are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because when that Kawhi comes back, you know what's going to happen with the defense when he comes back.
It's going to be all right.
Oh, that's all it's going to be all right.
yeah.
That's all it's going to be. It's going to be all right, huh? It's only ranked in the top 5. When Kawhi come back, it ain't going to help none. Fuck that shit. Come on, man.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be all right because, like you said, he's gonna be on minutes restrictions. So,
yeah. Well, early on, I'm talking about the real Kawhi, like the healthy Kawhi, the guy playing 30 to 40 minutes of Kawhi. I'm saying that Kawhi. I ain't talking about the minutes restriction Kawhi. That's 2 different players. But
how long do you think? How long you think it's gonna take Kawhi to get back to that level where he can impact defenses to that level?
But defensively, he impacted immediately. The thing they need not to do is don't give him the ball offensively when he comes back, especially if Powell continues to show why he needs to be starting. Yeah, Powell ain't just scoring. That's what a lot of people realize. Andre, this motherfucker's D'ing up. He brought the fucking Raptors defense out here now. Like he's playing. I'm not saying he's Kawhi type of defender or Alex Caruso or teammate. I'm not saying that. But Powell is bringing some straps out on the court. So if Powell is still giving you 20-something fucking points, and then you got Harden and Zubac scoring the ball, I mean, they still ain't giving Zubac the ball enough. He had 9 touches last night. He was 4 for 5 in the first quarter. Or the first half.
Thomas, stop it.
No,
the man is not consistent. Nah, we not doing that, bro. He had multiple opportunities where when the Sixers in that third, I don't know if you got to it, but when the Sixers were putting 2 on the ball on Norman Powell and James Harden, he had multiple opportunities where he got the ball in the middle, and all he had to do was go down the lane and dunk it, but he was just making the right plays. So that's why he didn't score that much. He had opportunities to get 20, but
he's actually an underrated passer. I know exactly what plays you're talking about. They hit him on the free throw line, and he took a down dribble and dotted T-Man in the damn corner. I don't think T-Man made the shot, but
right. He had a lot of Thomas. He had a lot of passes like that where Norman Powell got a couple threes in the fourth. Derrick Jones even hit a couple threes in the fourth. Amir Coffey hit some threes on those same plays, and the Sixers couldn't really adjust to it. So he had chances like that where he could have. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying I even made it to the fourth hit. So if you're saying he did that in the fourth quarter, I mean, shit, that's more damn props.
Yeah, it's more props, but he ain't gonna average 20 like you said, bro.
If they don't get in the ball, you're right. That's why I said
we not doing that. We not doing that.
No, you got to do that, Andre. How can you expect the man to average 20 when he only gets 9 field goals? And he can't help it if the defense makes him pass the ball. That's not his fault. He's making the right fucking play. So I mean, he's put in the pick and roll and he's a roller. Right. I mean, if the plane is clogged, then that means they fear his fucking offensive presence. Then he's supposed to kick the ball out. I mean, that's what he's supposed to fucking do. So, but my thing is, you saw what he did to Andre Drummond when they tried to post him up. Andre's a big fucking dude, man. He pushed that dude back 5 feet. Andre he's not a lockdown defender, but he's still a big motherfucker. He pushed the dude backwards and shot a fucking 2-foot left-handed hook over the top of his ass. Like, the size and strength is there. We just don't post him up enough. But back to the main story, what I'm saying is, if him Harden and Powell score, then you just bring Kawhi back, cruise Kawhi on offense, and let Kawhi bolster the defense. Because if the defense is bolstered, they're going to win games easily. So you just take it easy. Don't be trying to give Kawhi the fucking ball already. That's how you do that. And then say he plays 23 minutes, right? Well, how about let's make 9 or 10 of the 23 minutes, Andre? How about let's make that in the fourth quarter? That'll also help the Clippers win games. So he can affect the game easily. You just got to use the shit the right way.
But Thomas, my issue is sometimes he's not as aggressive. Like, bro, I got to keep the same energy with him. Sometimes he don't get on the block. If he gets on the block and he's demanding for the basketball and he's not getting it, now that's a different conversation. But he's not doing that all the time. He's setting screens, he's rolling, he's doing what a big man is supposed to do, but he's not imposing his will on the game. That's my whole point. And he had
I agree with that. But we run a pick and roll, or we run these offensive sets that don't allow that. Like, even some offensive sets where Harden don't have the ball. I was playing this shit to BJ. Anybody watch the Clippers, you know exactly what play I'm talking about, what Sam talking about. They come down the court, they run Harden off to the side like he's not gonna get the ball. They'll move the ball. Go, Carl. Damn. They'll move the ball around the court, right? And then they'll post James Harden up on the elbow, and that's a whole offensive play right there. Like you got to realize Zubac don't call the plays. So like if the play is called for him to do this, he can't just go down there and do his own fucking thing, right? You got to execute the fucking play that's called, and that's why I have an issue with Ty Lue. That like. Run some, and the announcer said it. If you watch the game, I don't know how y'all watch the game, but I watched on YouTube, NBA League Pass. The announcer said it last night that Ty Lue done admitted this. They said Ty Lue said they have to start featuring Zubac on the block more. They said that in the game last night, which is all I'm asking to do.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah, I remember that part. But
I mean, you could argue they need to do it with Embiid too. Why the fuck is he keep catching the ball 28 feet from the basket? Make this, how about make this motherfucker post up and play more like Shaq instead of like fucking Steph Curry? Like that'll help the 76ers out as well. Because ain't nobody in the league who's gonna keep Embiid off the block, man. It's gonna have to be a big motherfucker like Zubac, and ain't but a fucking 1 or 2 Zubats in the league. Even Gobert ain't gonna keep fucking Embiid off the block. He's too fucking scrawny.
yeah,
Embiid to push his ass around.
yeah, that is true. That is true. But
Something else about y'all. How many times y'all post Paul George up last night? Dude, 6'8", 6'9", and he's not posting Derrick Jones Jr. up just like he didn't do it in the playoffs. Derrick Jones is 6'6", man. Get your ass on the block and post somebody up. You're bigger than this fucking dude.
he had a few post ups in the fourth on Chris Dunn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't seen
Yeah,
that
just two.
yet. But,
Yeah, you didn't see that yet. Yeah, just two.
yeah, but they need to do it early in the game. Because like, put it this way: what if he posts up, Andre, and he gets two fouls on Derrick Jones Jr. in the first 5 minutes? What happens then?
You have to sit on the bench.
You got to stay on the bench. Now the defense gets a little weak. Now we still got Chris Dunn and Batum, but DJ J is better than both of them. So we still got a defender, but we ain't got, like I said, levels to the shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the same shit I told you about how they should have beat Dallas. You should have fed Zubac more, and you should have put Paul George to be posting up a lot more. And that would have changed the game. And what else it would have done? It would have slowed Dallas down. Where Dallas can't just come down and run and gun and do what the fuck they want to do. They got to slow down. They got to play defense. They got to figure out how they're going to guard the bigger player in the post without fouling. And God forbid you fuck around and get Kyrie or Luka in foul trouble. Now you change the whole damn game. But for whatever reason, man, these big dudes, man, they just don't want to fucking take advantage of shit.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, but I mean, all credit to the Clippers defense. I mean, holding the team under 100 points. I mean, you ain't gonna get no argument from me. That was great defense, especially in that third. Yeah, y'all put the clamps on the Sixers in the third. I ain't gonna argue that.
Yeah, they got the clamps. The problem is they do like they shit against Phoenix. They clamp Phoenix up in the first half, made them like elementary kids, and then they come out in the second half and they just lay an egg. They don't even bring the same intensity. They don't bring the same hustle. They don't bring none of that shit. So it's like, what you got to play 48 minutes. You know how the saying goes. Do that shit every fucking quarter, every night.
Not just one half, not just one quarter, the whole
right.
game. Yeah, right. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, Booker did get hot on the Clippers. I think he dropped 40 in that. Damn.
Hell yeah, he dropped 40. The bitch scored 8 points in like 30 seconds, man. I was mad as fuck.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't want you to think about this. Booker and KD. Why has Coffee even got either one of them? You got Batum, you got Chris Dunn, you got T-Man Derrick Jones Jr. Why the fuck is KD and Booker on the court and our best defenders are not on the fucking court? Like I don't understand, and I think a lot of NBA teams know that, Andre, because it happens too much. I know they know, say, okay, well, as soon as Ty takes him out, he ain't gonna bring dude back for fucking 10 minutes. So let's take our dude out early and bring him back in. It happens to Denver all the time. Jamal Murray and Joker will fuck around and get on the court, and Kawhi and PG won't even be on the court. And you looking around like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? You look over on the bench and they taking a long ass break. That's what they did in the bubble. You watched in the bubble, they was making fun of the Clippers in the post-game press conferences. They was laughing like, well, we weren't worried being down 15 or 20. Fuck, we know what lineup's coming out there. Like they said that shit. They said that shit on the microphone in the post game when the series was over. Jamal Murray was laughing like fuck it. He was like, "We just waiting for the right lineup. We knew what was coming." I was like, "Man, if the fucking players know that, man, come on, man, come on, man." That's why I give him so much hell. But I'm glad you're giving Nick Nurse hell though, Andre. I mean, 3-guard lineups. Now you got something to bitch about.
Yeah.
Now you got something to bitch about. Now you can't sit here and get on me all the time for bitch.
Nah, but Thomas, my thing is when Ty Lue even does something great, you don't give him as much credit. But when he fucks up, all hell breaks loose. And that was my issue.
I gave him credit last night because, like I said, when you asked me a question, he brought in Dunn and Batum when T-Man and DJJ left. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't leave a scorer on the court with a defender off the court. Yeah. Like, prime example, Jamie Grant used to play for Denver. I don't know if a lot of people realize this. Jamie Grant, the guy who was guarding Kawhi.
He was in the bubble. He was in the bubble with the Nuggets.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. You know the only times he would exit to get fucking game? When Kawhi left the game. Right. You know when he would enter the game? When fuck Kawhi entered the game. Because Mike Malone had enough sense to say, hey, primetime scorer, my best defender. You leave, he leaves. When you rest, he rests. If you ain't resting, he ain't resting. Like, you don't leave a fucking defender on the court to get tired when the offensive player leaves. Because the offensive player's going to come back. Your dude going to be tired or off the court totally. So that's always my biggest issue is like, you fight fire with fire, man. You don't take a motherfucking case of Dasani water bottles out there and fight a fucking fire. No, you call the fucking fire truck.
You said Dasani water bottles.
Like that was my biggest issue though, Andre. Dead ass. Like, man, you fight fire with fire, man. Like, can you imagine playing Michael Jordan and you say, Coffee, go grab him, man. Hey, quiet, sit down and take a break. Coffee, go try to guard Jordan. You're gonna look at yourself and like, what the fuck? Are you serious? You better put Kawhi back on the fucking court. But that's the shit Ty Lue be doing.
You look nasty, man. Miracle Coffee on Jordan? Damn.
That's what Ty Lue be doing. He did it to Phoenix. I just gave you the game he did it to. But listen, Booker had 15 points, Andre. First game of the season versus T-Man and the Clippers. He had 15 points. We come back second game. This man's got like 5 points total when T-Man left the game. Coffee comes in. This son of a bitch got 13 points in 30 seconds. I'm like, man, what the fuck? And next thing you know, oh, here come a 40 ball. Like, well, what are we doing here? But he did good last night. You want to give him his flowers? I give him some flowers. He did good last night.
Yeah.
He kept Batum and Dunn on the right players when T-Man and DJJ was gone. Right. So he gets credit. He gets credit for that shit last night. Hey, don't ask me to repeat it later because I ain't gonna say it one time. Fuck Tyler. but I will say I felt like he did the right matchups so far in the game. Like I said, I've still got to go watch the fourth quarter.
I mean, the fourth was good, but the Sixers got a lot of garbage buckets in the end, so it didn't really matter to me. But yeah,
right.
But Thomas, I wish I could keep this going, but I got to close out. But you got any last thoughts that you want to say?
Man, just all jokes aside, man. We talk shit. I cuss you out a lot of times. You give me hell a lot of times. All jokes aside, man. I hope y'all healthy, man. I don't wish that shit on nobody, man. That shit is brutal. Cause everybody making fun of you. Y'all stuck. Y'all can't do this, and you over there like, man, half my fucking team is out. You dogging me out.
Right. But hey, Thomas, I appreciate you.
Y'all be fine. All right, man. Good show.
All right, stay safe.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all heard from Thomas giving his breakdown. The Clippers, they did play a good game, played a great game, especially in that third. They played a great game in the third. You gotta give them their props. So, T Sweet, I'm about to close out. So, yeah, but I'll do a stream tomorrow, so you can hop on. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. I mean, the Sixers, they're stressing me out, but yeah, we're gonna still cover this team. They stressing me out, but we're gonna still cover this team. And hopefully, we wish Tyrese Maxey a speedy recovery. Wish Embiid will return against the Knicks. So we'll see how the Sixers look by then. Hopefully, Paul George won't be in minutes restrictions anymore. So we can see. Embiid is definitely gonna be on minutes restrictions. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to Sporting Page, Thomas, Michael, always showing love. Tuning Sports was in here a few minutes ago. Brian Pumper, yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Even T Sweezy, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.